Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. I have today in my shop 2009 Toyota Sienna with approximately 224,000 miles on the odometer. I am replacing today ignition coils, and I just wanted to show you little interesting detail on this very great V6. It's a 2GR FE V6 engine, which I just discovered today while using Toyota dealer ignition coils. So I got a little surprised because I paid the full retail price. I need those coils today. These are the ones which we are familiar with. Toyota aftermarket Toyota. There was a mismatch on that front bank. There was one aftermarket coil, two old Toyota coils, and I started installing the new ones which I personally picked today at the dealer. Two of them, number 2 and 4. They are already here, and I just want to show you the difference, the design. It's completely different, and I want to show it to you so you don't think when you will be buying maybe a vehicle or servicing somebody's vehicle that you don't think these are aftermarkets. They are completely different looking that I am used to see as I service these vehicles. So I will put us on the tripod so we don't have my old man's shaky hands, and we will compare it. So this is very typical ignition coil design from Toyota. It also has a Toyota logo on it, and it has the text on it. So let's go look at it together. What will be the best way? This is not upside down. Will the zoom show it to you? Is it nicely visible? Probably not. I probably better put it sideways. So you see that Toyota logo, and there is the number which is on the backs. So here is the number. But you bought it from the dealer. It has this rigid area, the rigid part, which is right here. It's a hard part, and just a soft boot at the end. That's the connector. It has, on these Siennas, it has a little bit funny kind of round oval shape, but this is what we know. This is the aftermarket. All of you will recognize it easily, all of you experts. There was a mismatch on this bank. Probably there was some misfires. Who knows what happened, because there is a visibility of rodents, and I also discovered with very careful looking at the entire wiring harness that the middle cylinder number 4, somebody already fixed the connector and wiring harness to the injector. That's very interesting. I didn't see it immediately, but then I realized that was already worked on. It was probably the rodent damage. Back to the Toyota number 6 had again this design we are familiar, the hard part and the soft boot. Now I opened these bags. I personally got it today from the dealer. And I have the last one to open in front of you. I want to show you that they changed the design, and apparently these ignition coils were not made in cooperation with Toyota and Denso, but it was Toyota and let me read it for you, or together, DE Diamond. So you see the detail here. These are the original, I believe, never changed, came with the vehicle. And now let's compare it with the new product. So if I put them, let's get rid of these away. If I put them side by side, now look at that. The entire part is soft. It's completely different. And I buy Toyota parts pretty often for all yours vehicles. This is first time I see it. Look at it. And I want to show it to you so you are aware this is what's happening. This is the latest trend. At least in my eyes, it's latest. Look, the part looks completely different. And for example, I'm thinking, well, you might go buy a van like that and you will say, hey, somebody replaced the Toyota OEM coils with some aftermarket coils. And that may be stressing you out. Look, this boot, the dust boot is completely different here. So very interesting. It's the same company. Also, you will look, and as hard as you will look, it doesn't matter, you will never find any Toyota writing on it. So it comes to you or to me as a tech with Toyota back. However, there's not one word Toyota on it. Let me show you. It's not like I lost all my vision. You will be witnessing. The print is very weak on it. It's very hard to read it. Look at it. The numbers are on it correctly, 90919-82013. And it's the DE Diamond, but there's nothing, no Toyota logo anywhere. I can back off a little bit. So I thought it may help you. It may help you in the future. I don't know what scenarios I can make up, what it could be happening to you in the field. Will the light, this light help maybe to read it? I don't know. If you can see with me, it's barely readable. And I don't know what happened with this manufacturing, why there is completely missing Toyota logo. But I'm telling you, I got it today at Toyota dealer and I paid that full price which I mentioned. Did I mention 150 roughly plus tax? Here in California another 10%. So completely different story, different design. And I thought it might confuse somebody because obviously if you find it on the engine, in the engine, it doesn't come with this proof that it's Toyota OEM part. I am old school grumpy grandpa, so I way more prefer that old design, which is the rigid part here. It is what it is, that's me. It probably doesn't matter. I don't know how this could be improvement, but maybe it is. Let's make sure this is nicely tight, but don't use the power tools too hard. It's still just going in the aluminum and you want to torque it by your hand. So that's nice. This is all the way. The connectors are perfect. I can see that. Many times you will buy aftermarket and it's not matching correctly and this and that. But I will show you that design. I will show you from inside how it looks on the vehicle. So nobody gets confused when they will be buying a vehicle and it will have these coils. So now you see that shape, the design note on the connectors, that securing plastic clips by the heat. This is absolute classic. This is all gone So I will put a depth of FIPG, so these connectors will not, by movement, by vibration of the vehicle, it will not travel off. That's my trick, how to secure them. After you come here and push the tabs and they all explode because the heat cycle destroyed plastic of that connector and all of them pop as you touch them. Very typical on these engines because this is being cooked underneath this beautification cover, right? This Toyota cover right here. That sits on top of it, that perfectly holds the heat down there, and it's just cooking and cooking. We said it's 9, so this is almost 17 years of service to these people. I was changing the low beam bulb. That's another trick for you to get to it. It's very easy if you just remove this one cover on the fuse box. So that's why you saw it off. I will pop it on with both hands of the camera, but right now you will barely be able to get to it. When you move that cover, it's super easy and it's a breeze. Here there's another tiny thing I saw as I am working here on that. So this I will trim. That's a split of the vacuum line that needs to be fixed. Nothing can compare using your both hands. This has to nicely find its... Oh yeah, did you hear that? How it clicked in? So this is fantastic. New bulb in the low beam, that's the big one. And this is basically finished. Now I have to fix this little split line. Cutting that very end which was split and then installing it on that connector did the job. So now I will show you how to secure those connectors. As I said, I learned that in the past, I believe at the dealer. This is the famous Toyota seal packing, right? The FIPG we call it. I have one open right here with that key. And basically what I will do, it's very simple, just a little bit of it. You might be laughing how funny we are, mechanics. Now we fix everything with FIPG, right? So here at the very end, I just put a little dab of it and it will harden. And it works like a flexible, basically, glue. It will not allow that connector go or wiggle itself by vibration off. Yet in the future, if somebody has to service this, it's still removable with a minimum effort. Right? That's fantastic. I know there will be no problem with drivability. There will be no problem if these people will drive maybe a year later somewhere. One of the connectors will wiggle off and they will have a misfire. So we want to 100% prevent that, yet make it still very easy to disconnect. And these plastic tabs, you can bet on it that it will break, so that's very common. In past I saw some other techs. They will try to put a zip tie maybe between these wires and then try to hook it somewhere here and under and this and that. So that's another possible way to deal with it. I use these little chunks of FIPG and so far it worked for me perfectly. I hope you will find this video helpful. If you do, please give it a thumb up and stay tuned. Be subscribed because I have way more coming your way soon. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.